Hard to believe it is almost time to turn the page on yet another year.
But before we do, welcome in 2024. We wanted to take a look back at some of the bigger news stories in the area this year, from train derailments to the car theft trend 2023. It's been a busy year. While this trend may have started before this year, it certainly remained a dominant theme in 2023. Hyundais and Kias everywhere targeted by thieves after a viral TikTok challenge taught people about a vulnerability that made the vehicles easy to steal. We told you how often these stolen vehicles were then used to commit crimes all across greater Cleveland and frequently became the target of police chases. And we were there when police stations across the area got their shipments of steering wheel locks from the automakers. In February, a train derailment in East Palestine led to a controlled burn of dangerous chemicals.
Basically a mushroom cloud. I mean, there's really no other way to describe it.
It's a story we continue to follow through on, even now, tracking all the developments since the early questions about what went wrong to concerns over the chemicals that spilled in that small town.
Why does it smell bad? Why does my throat hurt? You know, the water smells funny. Fish are dying.
Over the summer, Norfolk Southern was hit with nearly $50,000 in fines and vowed to improve railway safety in Ohio. By spring, the eyes of the nation were once again on Northeast Ohio as a grand jury convened to decide whether 8 Akron police officers should face criminal charges for the shooting and killing of Jaylen Walker in the summer of 2022. After a full week of hearing the evidence, the jury decided that use of force was justified and no charges were warranted.
The officers believed that Mr. Walker was a threat to them. They believed that he was a threat to themselves and other officers. As a result, he was shot.
That decision sparked protest across the area. It was most intense in Akron, where police used pepper spray to disperse crowds. Hours later, police said protesters caused this damage to Highland Square, breaking the windows of several businesses.
I'm sad about it. I mean, I understand there's frustration in the community, but the answer is not go pick on some small businesses.
Later, the police department's own internal investigation found no violation of the department's use of force policy. It was also springtime when the story of a missing EMT captivated greater Cleveland. Leah Jordan disappeared shortly after telling police she was being stalked.
I want my daughter back. I want her well. If you can do that, then that's what works for me.
Jordan's family, Cleveland police, and the community canvassed the area, handing out hundreds of flyers. She turned up 5 days later in a convenience store, wearing tattered clothes and visibly injured. Jordan disappeared days before she was set to be in court for a rape trial against Michael Stennett, who was locked up for stalking her. Stennett was never named a suspect in this disappearance, and in August, all charges against him were dropped. Another high-profile case we kept a close eye on was the domestic violence case against former Ohio Representative Bob Young. He was arrested in early July, accused of assaulting his wife and brother. They both filed restraining orders against Young, which in his wife's case, Young violated, leading to even more charges of recklessly violating a protection order. In August and the next month, even more charges of menacing by stalking. He was arrested twice before he resigned from the state legislature. In the fall, he was found guilty of domestic violence. He took a plea deal on subsequent charges of violating that restraining order. Summer is usually when we see a spike in gun violence, and the summer of 2023 was no different.
There's been carnage every week in this city, every other day in this city.
Early in the morning of July 9th, the violence reached a crescendo, people running for cover as somebody started shooting near West 6th. 9 people were struck by bullets.
I had to get shot. Why did I have to get shot? I didn't do nothing to nobody. I didn't have no problems with nobody. I don't know the dude who did it.
Police say the shooter was Jaylen Jennings. He and an accused getaway driver were arrested and charged. In August, this parking garage collapsed.
The whole car had lifted up. I was at like a 45-degree angle, and then we just shot back down.
The upper deck of the garage at Shore Gate Towers in Willowick landed on the cars below. The garage was under construction at the time, As we followed through, we learned the owners had been hit with building code violations earlier this year, and even earlier than that, residents had complained about cracking walls and water issues.
There has been, in my opinion, zero effort to make the place safe and comfortable since this incident.
This fall, the garage was partially demolished. In August, Ohioans headed to the polls for a special election as Ohio Republicans tried to get ahead of a November ballot issue enshrining abortion and reproductive rights in the state constitution. They drafted Issue 1, an effort to make it harder to pass constitutional amendments. Ohioans voted a resounding no, making it clear they did not want to raise the threshold for constitutional amendments. Before we see how that panned out in November, we had another historic event in September. For the first time in history, the UAW voted to go on strike against all three major automakers, Ford, GM, and Stellantis, at the same time. UAW! We were there at the Ohio plants where workers walked out and inside the supply chain businesses impacted by the strike. By mid-November, the UAW had new contracts with every one of the big three. November also brought tragedy to Northeast Ohio. 3 students were killed in a bus crash on I-70. A charter bus was carrying the Tusky Valley Marching Band when it was involved in a collision with a semi-truck, which then caught fire.
All of a sudden I heard a boom and I looked in my rearview mirror and I saw smoke coming up, and then the next thing I know, I see people like scrambling.
A preliminary investigation found the semi-driver was following too closely. When other vehicles slowed for traffic, the truck hit that bus, killing those 3 students. It also hit an SUV, killing 3 more people, a parent, a teacher, and a chaperone. Of course, in November, Ohioans did go back to the polls to vote on Issue 1 again, except this time it was a vote to a proposed constitutional amendment enshrining abortion access and reproductive rights in the state constitution, and Issue 1 passed.
This is a huge win. We must continue to fight for freedom and defend democracy.
So did Issue 2.
We knew this was an issue that was important to Ohio voters. I think voters validated that by passing Issue 2 decisively tonight in a landslide.
It brought legal recreational marijuana to our state. While this is technically in effect right now, there's still not a legal way to buy cannabis in Ohio. It'll be several more months before dispensaries get those licenses processed.